Have you ever had an itch that made you stop and wonder if your body was trying to tell you something? As we age, our bodies don't always speak loudly. They communicate in subtle ways through fatigue, through soreness, and sometimes through something as simple as an itch. Most people shrug it off, assuming it's just dry skin or a harmless irritation. But what if that itch had a deeper message? What if the spot where it shows up is actually pointing to something serious your body's been quietly warning you about? Here's the truth. Persistent itching in certain parts of the body, especially after age 60, has been linked to hidden health issues that could quietly shorten your life. An itch that won't go away might be your body waving a red flag, urging you to pay closer attention. In this video, we'll explore 4 specific areas where chronic itching can be a sign of more than just skin trouble. These are myths or internet rumors. They're patterns doctors and researchers have seen again and again in studies on aging and longevity. Each area tells a story about your blood flow, your organs, your nerves, even your nutrition. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot the warning signs and what steps you can take to protect your health. So don't ignore the signals. Stick around until the end, because this might not just add years to your life. It could help you enjoy those years with more energy, clarity, and mind. And if you haven't already, now's a great time to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another tip that could make a real difference. Let's get started. Let's start with one of the most commonly overlooked signs that something deeper might be going on inside your body. Persistent itching on the lower legs. It's easy to blame it on dry skin or aging. But when your shins or calves itch consistently, and there's no rash or irritation in sight, it might be time to take a closer look. Doctors have found that for many older adults, constant itching in the lower legs or ankles could be linked to poor circulation, specifically a condition known as peripheral artery disease. It means the blood isn't flowing as easily through the smaller vessels in your limbs, and when circulation slows down, the skin can become dry, sensitive, and unusually itchy. Now picture 2 men in their early 80s, Harold and Dennis. Harold still enjoys his daily walks around the neighborhood. He stays active, checks his feet and legs regularly, and hasn't noticed anything unusual. Dennis, on the other hand, has slowed down. He spends more time sitting, feels tired more often, and recently he's been dealing with a nagging itch climbing up his legs, especially at night or after sitting for long periods. He tries lotion, assuming it's just dry skin, but it doesn't help. What Dennis doesn't realize is that this itch may be his body's way of signaling that something's changed. Blood isn't reaching his lower legs as effectively as it used to. When your legs aren't getting enough circulation, it's not just the skin that suffers. The muscles and tissues begin to weaken too. Over time, this puts extra strain on your heart, your veins, and your entire vascular system. Poor circulation has even been linked to higher risks of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. That's why many refer to the legs as the second heart, because they play a major role in pumping blood back to the rest of your body. And when they're not working properly, your whole system can feel the impact. But here's the good news. This kind of itching is manageable and even reversible if you catch it early. Gentle leg exercises, regular short walks, and elevating your feet when you sit can all help boost circulation. Staying well hydrated, wearing soft compression socks, and cutting back on salty foods can also make a real difference. So if you're noticing an itch on your lower legs that just won't go away, especially when there's no rash or allergy, don't ignore it. It could be your body's quiet way of asking for attention. Let's move to number 2. An itch in the upper or middle back that just won't go away. This kind of itch is tricky. It's hard to reach and even harder to explain. But what if that hard-to-reach itch is actually trying to reach you with an important message? Many older adults experience persistent itching in this area, and while it's tempting to blame it on dry skin or an old sweater, there could be something deeper going on. One of the lesser-known but serious causes of upper back itching is dysfunction in the liver or kidneys, two of the body's most vital organs responsible for filtering toxins and maintaining internal balance. When these organs are under stress, waste products can build up in the bloodstream, irritating the skin and triggering itchiness, especially in nerve-dense areas like the back. Let me tell you about Dorothy and Janice. They're both 76. Dorothy stays on top of her checkups, drinks plenty of water, and takes great care of her skin. Janice, on the other hand, has recently been feeling more tired than usual. She's noticed some swelling in her ankles and has been scratching her back more frequently, especially at night. She tried switching laundry detergents. She moisturized regularly, but nothing helped. What Janice didn't realize is that this persistent itch could be her body's way of signaling that her kidneys are under strain, or that her liver isn't clearing toxins as efficiently as it used to. And when these organs start to struggle, it doesn't just affect your skin. It can throw off your digestion, your sleep, your energy, even your mental clarity. Itching from liver or kidney dysfunction often comes without a rash, doesn't respond to regular remedies, and tends to strike at night, interfering with sleep and draining your energy even more. And while the itch itself isn't dangerous, it's what it represents that matters, a deeper imbalance that could quietly worsen over time and potentially impact your longevity. Now, this isn't a reason to panic, but it is a reason to check in with your body. A simple blood test can often reveal how well your liver and kidneys are functioning. Staying hydrated, eating fewer processed foods, cutting back on alcohol, and watching your sodium intake can help reduce the burden on these organs. And if you're on multiple medications, it's worth asking your doctor how they might be affecting your liver or kidneys. So next time your back starts itching for no clear reason, pause and listen. Your skin may be the first place your body shows signs of internal stress. And if you're still watching this video, and you found this insight helpful, type the number 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. Hit that bell so you don't miss the next video. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's keep going. Number 3 is one many people overlook: persistent itching on the scalp or back of the neck. For older adults, this kind of itch is often dismissed as something minor. Maybe it's dry skin. Maybe it's a reaction to shampoo. Maybe it's just part of getting older. But sometimes, there's more going beneath the surface. In many cases, this kind of itching isn't just about skin. It's tied to something deeper: stress, inflammation, or even changes in the nervous system that can affect both physical and emotional resilience. The nerves around the scalp and neck are incredibly sensitive, and they're often the first to react when the body is under stress, especially long-term emotional or neurological stress that builds up over time. Let me introduce you to two men, Walter and Frank. Both are in their late 70s. Walter still attends community events, spends time in his garden, and practices gentle meditation each evening. He's found a rhythm that keeps him calm and balanced. Frank, on the other hand, has had a harder time adjusting to retirement. He feels restless at night, spends more time indoors, and carries a lot of unspoken tension he doesn't even realize is there. Over the past few months, Frank started scratching his scalp more and more. First just at night, then throughout the day. There's no rash, no flaking, no visible reason. He changed his shampoo. He even bought new pillowcases. But nothing worked. What Frank didn't realize is that this itch might be his nervous system crying out for help, a physical sign of emotional stress and overstimulation. As we age, stress responses don't reset as easily. Instead of calming down after a moment of worry, our bodies stay in a state of low-level alert. Cortisol levels stay high. Immune function dips. And that tension often shows up in the most sensitive nerve endings, like those in the scalp and upper neck. Chronic itching in this area has even been linked to conditions like neuropathy or early signs of cognitive decline. That doesn't mean it's always something serious, but it does mean it should never be ignored. The good news is, there are ways to soothe both your nerves and your skin. Simple breathing exercises, spending time outside, reconnecting with friends, or even journaling your thoughts before bed can help the body downshift and recalibrate. In Frank's case, once he started making small changes, taking a short walk in the morning, turning off the news after dinner, calling his brother once a week, he noticed the itch started to fade. Not overnight, but gradually, as the tension eased from his shoulders and his mind began to quiet down. So if you're dealing with persistent itching on your scalp or neck, and you've ruled out skin conditions or allergies, take a closer look. Ask yourself how you've really been feeling lately. Not just physically, but emotionally too. Because your body doesn't just respond to what you show on the outside. It reacts to what you carry inside. And sometimes that quiet, persistent itch is your nervous system tapping you on the shoulder, asking for just a little peace. Number 4, persistent itching around the chest or abdomen. When we think of signs that our health might be declining, we often picture things like shortness of breath, dizziness, or memory problems. But the skin on your chest and abdomen right at the front of your body might quietly be telling a different story, especially when it starts itching for no clear reason. For older adults, frequent itching across the torso, particularly in the chest or belly area, could signal more than just a minor skin issue. This type of itch often points to something deeper: nutritional deficiencies or problems with nutrient absorption, and both can silently weaken your strength, your immunity, and your body's ability to bounce back. Let's look at 2 women, Marjorie and Linda, both 81 years old. Marjorie still enjoys preparing her own meals. She puts together colorful plates with fruits, greens, and a bit of protein. She doesn't eat as much as she used to, but she makes every bite count. Linda, on the other hand, has slowly lost interest in food over the past year. She often skips meals, grabs crackers or canned soup, and feels full quickly. Along the way, she's noticed more frequent itching on her chest and stomach, especially in the evenings. Sometimes the skin even feels tight or sore. She assumed it was just sensitivity and tried switching body washes, but nothing helped. What Linda didn't know is that as we age, our digestive systems can become less efficient at absorbing key nutrients, especially vitamins like B12, essential fatty acids, and trace minerals like zinc and magnesium. When your body doesn't get enough of these building blocks, your skin starts to dry out, nerve signals become erratic, and your immune system begins to weaken. The result? Areas like the torso, where many blood vessels and nerve endings converge, become more sensitive, irritated, prone to itching. More importantly, internal deficiencies can quietly affect your muscle strength, energy levels, and even your ability to stay mentally sharp. The most dangerous part? Malnutrition in older adults often hides behind what looks like a normal body weight. You may not be losing weight, but your body could still be starving for what it needs. That's why persistent itching in the middle of your body isn't just annoying. It could be an early signal that your engine is running low on the fuel it needs to stay strong. The encouraging part? This is one of the easiest issues on the list to address. Improving your nutrition doesn't require drastic changes. Simple additions like a handful of nuts, a boiled egg, some fresh berries, or a high-quality multivitamin can work wonders over time. So if you've been noticing an itch on your chest or stomach and you're not eating as well as you used to, take it as a gentle reminder. Your body needs nourishment, not just to feel better today, but to stay strong for the long haul. If you're still watching this video and this insight resonated with you, drop the number 4 in the comments to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Tap the bell so you never miss a future video. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Now, let's move forward. Now that you've learned about the 4 specific itchy spots on the body, take a quiet moment and ask yourself, have you noticed any of these signs lately? A little itch here and there might seem like nothing. But as we've seen, every signal could hold a deeper meaning. From poor circulation in the legs, to to subtle signs of stress in the liver or kidneys. From tension showing up in the nerves of the scalp to nutritional gaps affecting your chest and belly, your body is always trying to speak to you. It doesn't shout, it whispers. And often those whispers come through the skin. The important thing to remember is that none of these signs mean your fate is sealed. In fact, each one offers an invitation to check in, slow down, and give your body what it needs before a small warning becomes something more serious. You can walk a little more, you can eat a little better, you can rest a little deeper, and you can reconnect with yourself and with the people around you. If even one of these signs felt familiar today, don't ignore it. Start with one small change. And if none of them apply to you right now, even better. But now you know what to watch for. And what to do is begin to shift. Because the goal isn't just to live longer. It's to live longer with clarity, independence, and joy. Listening to your body's early signal 7, the itchy one, is one of the smartest ways to do that. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts mean the world to us, so don't hesitate to speak up. Reading your comments inspires and energizes us to keep going. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs and uplifts. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.